everybody for the workshop on the vegetable agronomy and the farm mechanization. And you are welcome, all of the participants. So today I would like to give the information regarding the vegetable agronomy, especially for the important vegetable crops. That is, I think, tomato, chili, brinjal, or any other crop require information or any other queries. You ask me, I will tell you. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So, firstly, these are the important vegetable crops mainly grown throughout the country and the basically according to the climatic situation, that is in Kharif or maybe rainy season, in late Kharif or in Rabi season, and some part of the country and some part of the state. It is also grown in the summer where the irrigation facilities are available. And
Bharat sir,
when
are you sharing something?
no any PowerPoint, sir.
Okay.
I only this speak the information.
Okay.
Then
Sure.
important thing is that the all these three important crops can be grown in different type of the soils. Maybe light soils, maybe medium soils, or maybe heavy soils. So depending upon the type of the soils and the nature of the growth of the crop, the the plants are spaced in different spacing, means they are grown on different types of the soils and in different spacing. For example, in case of the brinjal crop may be grown in three different spacings. Firstly, that is 60 by 45 centimeter. One. Secondly, is 75 by 60 centimeter. Two. And third, that is 90 by 90 centimeters. So depending upon their soil types and their growth, means three different plant spacings are adopted for getting the maximum crop growth and their yield. So in case of the light, there may be closer spacing is followed. However, in medium type of the soils, the 75-60 centimeter spacing is followed. And in case of the heavy soils, the distance of the 90 centimeter by 90 centimeter. Means first that is 90 or maybe 60 or maybe 75. It is the distance between the two lines. And second one, that is the distance between the two plants. Means in case of the 60 by 40, that is distance between two rows is 60 centimeter, and the 45 centimeter is the distance between the two plants in a line. Similarly, in case of the 75 centimeter by 60 centimeter, here the 75 centimeter is the distance between the two rows and the 60 centimeter in between the plants in a single row. And in third case, that is 90 by 90 centimeter, the spacing between two rows is 90 centimeter and the spacing between two plants is a 90 centimeter. So these are the three different spacings adopted for growing the brinjal crop. And again, in case of the tomato, that is only two spacings. That is first, that is 120 centimeter by 30 centimeter, and second one is the 90 centimeter by 30 centimeter. Here the 120 centimeter between two rows and the 30 centimeter between the two plants in a line. And secondly, 90 centimeter by 30 centimeter. In that case, the 90 centimeter distance is between the two rows and the 30 centimeter between the two plants in a row. So these are the two different spacing. Basically, here in two types of the varieties. One is the determinate growth type and indeterminate growth types. So for those varieties, the two different spacings are adopted in case of the tomato. Likewise, in case of the chili, again three distance, that is 60 by 45 centimeter, 75 by 60 centimeter, and the 95 by 75 centimeter. So three different spacings are adopted in case of the chili, depending upon the growth structure and their soil type. In case of the light soil,
Just one thing, if you can be little slower, I think the students are saying,
hello,
when you are saying numbers, if you can be little slow.
acha. Again, I will repeat
Dheere,
this.
dheere. Okay, thank you.
So, in case of the chili, three different spacings are adopted for growing the chili crop. First one, that is 60 centimeter by 45 centimeter. 60 centimeter by 45 centimeter. Second one, that is the 75 centimeter by 60 centimeter. Second one, that is 75 centimeter by 60 centimeter. And third one, that is 90 centimeter by 75 centimeter. 90 centimeter by 75 centimeter. Here is also, that is 60 by 45 centimeter, means the spacing between two rows is the 60 centimeter and the 45 centimeter between the two plants in first case. In second case, that is 75 by 60 centimeter. Here the spacing between two rows is 75 centimeter and spacing between two plants is a 60 centimeter. And third one, in 90 by 75 centimeter, in that case the spacing between two rows is 90 centimeter and spacing between two plants is a 75 centimeter. So likewise, in case of the brinjal, that is as like brinjal, that is in case of also chili, the closer spacing is followed in light soils and medium spacing is followed in medium type of the soils and wider spacing is followed in heavy or black water soils. So according to their growth habit and their canopy and the soil types, three different spacings are adopted in case of the chili for commercial cultivation of the chili crop. So this is regarding the spacing. Second one, that is the land preparation. Mostly all these crops are the irrigated crops, and for that purpose the land preparation is the most important thing. Previously it is plowing, harrowing, and after that leveling, then it is prepared the layout. Then nowadays in different parts of the country and different states, growing the planting method is different. Mostly in Maharashtra, the planting is done on the ridges and furrows. But in some farmers, they are adopting the broad-based furrow for the cultivation of the different. These are the different vegetable crops. Means maybe ridges and furrow and also the broad-based furrows. So likewise, the broad-based furrows and ridges are opened in advance when your seedlings are ready for transplanting. But in case of the chili, brinjal and tomato, the seedlings, how much time is required for the seedling will be ready for the transplanting operation? because all these crops are the transplanted, not seed sowing is done, but seeds are sown in the nursery, and in nursery the seedlings are prepared, and after seedlings will be ready, then it should be removed from the nursery beds or maybe in tray, and it is used for the transplanting operation. So in case of the brinjal, if we sow these seeds in the nursery or in a tray, the seedlings will be ready after 5 to 6 weeks. Means from sowing to the plant will be ready, that is after 5 to 6 weeks. Means near about 40 to 45 days it requires. The seedlings will be ready after the sowing of the seeds, that is 40 to 45 days. And in case of the tomato, the seedling will be ready after sowing, that is near about in 25 to 26 days. Means if it is sown in first of the month, then seedlings will be ready after 25th or maybe 26th. In case of the chili, the same, that is after sowing of the seeds, the seedling will be ready for transplanting operation, that is 5 to 6 weeks, means near about it requires, that is 40 to 45 days. And the height of the seedlings should be near about the 15 centimeter and should be thick stem. If the seed sowing is done in thick line or maybe in closer, then seedling will be more heighted and more lanky, and such type of the seedlings will be vanish or maybe collapse due to the field shock. So it should be correctly spaced and sown in the nursery beds. So these are the basic requirements for the growing of the seedlings in a nursery. So in case of the tomato, chili and brinjal, so all care should be taken in a nursery bed to prepare the healthy disease and pest-free seedlings which are ready for the transplanting operation. And after seedlings will be ready, then it is used for the transplanting. If it is transplanted by manually, it is transplanted in the main field by use of the laborers, but it is transplanted by the mechanization. The seedling should be at right stage, right height, and it should be the well developed seedling should be required, and such type of the seedlings are used for the transplanting operations of the chili, brinjal and tomato. Then after that, if it is used for the broad base furrow and the mulching, no interculturing operation is required because mulching prevents the weed growth. But between the two mulching, two broad base furrows, there is an empty space between these two lines, and there is chances of the emergence of the weeds. So in that case, all care should be taken to keep our plot free from the weeds and clean one, because whatever the disease and pest attack on the weeds is transferred to the main crop, and your main crop suffers. So care should be taken that the as far as possible you should remove the weeds in early stage by means of mechanization, by means of manual, or by means of using the chemical herbicides. If it is kept the seedlings or the plants in weed free in early stages, then your plant growth is definitely very good and you will get the better growth and ultimately the flowering and fruiting and finally the good yield of that crop and farmers fetches good prices in the market. So this care should be taken while planting the crop and their geometry and all these precautions right from land preparation up to the harvesting, final harvesting. If it is not taken, the farmer will suffer from the getting the better yield. So these are the important hints for the growing the chili, brinjal and tomato. Another one thing is that the nowadays in case of the onion, the most of the farmers they are the using the broad based furrows for the cultivation of the onion. So likewise in case of the tomato, brinjal and tomato, brinjal and chili, the onion seedlings are also used for the transplanting by mechanization. Sometimes it is some seeds are drilled and in some cases they are broadcasted, but mostly the innovative farmers they are utilizing the mechanization system in their commercial cultivation. In case of the onion, the at least 8 to 10 kg seeds are sufficient for growing the 1 hectare area. And if these are sown in a nursery beds, at least it requires 1/10 of the hectare. That is, it requires 10 R area for growing the seedlings or saplings of the onion. And if, when you are sowing the seeds, and after sowing the seeds, the saplings or seedling will be ready after 2 months. When there is a small size like gram or pigeon pea, like the bulbs are ready, at that time the seedlings will be ready for the transplanting operation. So, right seedlings or saplings are ready for transplanting, then these seedlings or saplings are utilized for the mechanical mechanization, that is transplanting by mechanical way. So such type of the care should be also taken in case of the onion, and here the broad based furrow is also used, but here the mulching is not possible because the onion crop is a shallow rooted, and again the it is a uh, closer spacing, it is transplanted in a closer spacing, that is a spacing that is 15 by 10 centimeter. Means here the distance between two rows is a 15 centimeter and distance between two plants is a 10 centimeter. Such type of the distance should be maintained, and if such type of distance is maintained, then in a 1 hectare area, that is 100 R area, you will accommodate nearly about 6,60,666 saplings in a 1 hectare area. Likewise, in case of the chili, the three different spacing, according to their spacing, the plant population accommodate in a 1 hectare area. So, plant population is the important thing, because if plant population is not maintained 100%, then it affects on the yield of the total yield of that crop, and it will features the less yield and ultimately less yield. So while planting the any chili, brinjal, tomato, or the onion, the care should be taken that the 100% population how to maintain by planting either mechanically or either in mechanization. So these are the important things are considered while choosing the uh, crop and their crop geometry. Any other information or you want or any other queries, then you will ask to me.
Maybe, sir, can you add some information regarding the current practices on the mechanization which is happening for transplanting vegetable?
What?
Something you can shed some knowledge on current transplanting mechanization in transplanting for
Huh.
vegetable. Are we doing that in India? Where we are? What are the problems which we are facing?
So,
Vegetable transplantation, mechanical.
so these are the different spacings adopted and some mechanization. Now trend is that the day by day, the labor is the major constraint in cultivation of the different vegetable crops. And the farmers, they are searching for the mechanization for each and every activity, right from its land preparation till to the harvesting. So mechanization they are following mechanical by, for example, in case of the onion, the transplanting, hoeing, then harvesting, then leaf cutting, then grading, and sorting. These are the different practices should be followed by using the mechanization because in onion the major constraint is the labor consuming crop because it requires more labors for the transplanting, then harvesting, grading, and sorting. And another that is the interculturing operation. So these are the 4 to 5 important operations performed in case of the onion, and it is a labor consuming. That's why the farmers thinking towards the mechanization. Another thing is that in case of the transplanting, it requires more labor, but if it is followed by the sowing of the seeds in case of the onion, some machines are developed by pneumatic machines for the sowing of the seeds. Means it follows the right spacing, that is 15 by 10 centimeter after sowing, because some farmers they are saying that it is labor consuming, it requires more days, so that's why they are directly. Previously, it is shown by the broadcasting operation, but some machines are available, and by machines they are sowing the seeds. And another way, that is the some machines are now available for the transplanting of the onion seedlings, tomato seedlings, brinjal, and the chili. So in here I'm from the MPKV Rahuri. That is, I'm working in vegetable project, and in our vegetable project, we are in this year 1 hectare area is transplanted by the machines, the onion seedlings, 1 hectare area, and again in comparison with that, we also the seedlings are transplanted by broad-based furrows, and the some seedlings are also in 1 acre area in ridges and furrow. So three different technologies are comparing. We are comparing which technology is the suitable and which technology gives the good yield. Not only yield, but the size of the bulb also is the most important thing. Because in case of the onion, if the size of the bulb is not enough, then it will all the bulbs are in C grade rather than the A and B grade. So A and B grade will fetch the good prices in the market, and C grade will not be accept any consumer in the market. So that's why in this case we are also seeing whether the technology is feasible for by machine transplanting, and if we are getting the good size of the bulbs and saving the manpower and cost of cultivation, then definitely in due course of the time the farmer will move towards the mechanization instead of the traditional method of the growing of the onion. So these are the important things in case of the all these important vegetable crops.
I think one question came maybe very basic for you, sir. So somebody is asking why we are doing transplanting when we have seeds for chili, brinjal, tomato. Why we can directly do use seed drills for seeds instead of transplanting using a transplanter. So basically the question is why do we do transplanting and why don't we put seed directly into the field for
Okay.
these three?
Uh, so in this all these crops, we are preparing the seedlings or samplings for the transplanting operation. If it is in 1 hectare, suppose that in 1 hectare we want to plant the saplings, and instead of that, if it is sown the 1 hectare area, the in every spacing we have sown the seeds. It requires you have to irrigate 1 hectare area. You have to spray initially 1 hectare area. Means it is very cumbersome and it requires more energy and more manpower and more inputs. Rather than if it is grown in a small nursery, we will prepare the healthy seedlings in a small nursery, and after preparing the healthy seedlings, we can transplant these in a required spacing. As I have told, that is different spacing adopted for the growing of the different varieties according to their growth style, growth habit, and according to their the soil type. Hence, we are not sowing the direct, we are not sowing the seeds in the field rather than the nursery. So preparation of the nursery is the most important things in case of the all the vegetable crops, except some of the vegetable crops like cucurbits crop, that is cucumber, bottle gourd, bitter gourd, watermelon, muskmelon, sponge gourd. These seeds are directly sown in the field, because in nursery is not we are preparing of that crop. We are directly sown in the field and they are growing there only. But other crops, maybe chili, brinjal, tomato, onion, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, in all these crops, it requires to produce the samplings or the seedlings in the nursery. Is it
Yeah.
clear?
Yeah, clear to me. I think students, if you have any question, do let us know. So one thing
Uh,
more question which go ahead,
Ajay,
Sachin sir. Yeah, go ahead,
may
sir.
I add something here?
Please, sir.
Yeah. Actually, when we are talking about transplanting, the basic thing is the mortality of seed. When we are transplanting something, that means we are assured that 100% plants are emerged and those are transplanted into the field, because farmers has to invest a lot of money in seed also, and when they are doing some practices. So the basically vegetable seeds are very costly affair. 10 gram seed of tomato may cost you from 1000 rupees to 2000 rupees. And if you plant it directly to the field, that may emerge into the field, and or that may die. So you have to take care in nursery for growing this initial seedling, and then it is transplanted. That's why usually transplanting is done. Otherwise, it is easier to plant wheat or rice in the field and grow a lot of plants in the field directly. It is not the same thing in vegetables. So we go for transplanting. And as case of mechanization in India, we are already working in MPKV also, and there are a lot of machines where which machines are being used in foreign countries already. Ferrari, Yamaha, and people might have seen other large machines which are already in use. our one of the PhD candidate has developed one automatic transplanter for vegetables. But those transplanters are not in field, maybe because of cost of the equipment, technology which is available to the farmer, and the skill which is available with the operators. Because of all three combinations, we need to use semi-automatic transplanters in India mostly. And if the technology which is user friendly and which is useful for farmers directly and with service availability and spares availability, then they will adopt it. So that is the issue. And next issue is, you can't prepare a machine which is very specific to for particular work and give only one operation, and that is costing around 10 lakh rupees. So you can't afford such kind of machine in India, at least. You need to have a custom hiring solution for that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This was point.
Yeah. Thanks, sir. I think I was about to ask that question. You already answered. What is the current need of the market? I think that is something which will help the teams to understand and try to design those equipments accordingly.
So when the students approach this problem, maybe nowadays, sir and Patil sir, do you have any suggestions for the students, things to be taken into care?
Patil sir, actually he is vegetarian, so he has say for it. And regarding machines, I will tell something after that.
Okay. If anybody have any doubts in the mind,
नाही सर, तुमच्या काय अपेक्षा आहेत मशीन कडून? he asking that what should be the actual ideal machine that you want in the field.
okay. So ideal machine should be, that is, it should be workable in different types of the soils. One thing, it should be easily available in the market. Third one thing, it requires minimum cost or maybe custom hiring basis, and it should be used by most of the farmers without any teaching the problem. So these are the and according to uh, the adjustment facility should be there. Means in one machine there should be different spacings are followed in maybe in chili, brinjal, tomato, or maybe onion. So adjustment facility should be available. Means one machine can be used for the transplanting of the seedlings of the different crops in different types of the soils. So these are the my expectation.
As sir suggested, anything what you want to put into the market, that should be faster, economical, and efficient. So put all these three things together, and it should be easy to operate. So that makes your project perfect. All the students should read faster, economical, and efficient, and user friendly. So these are the only four conditions that should satisfy in each of the project. So not for these machines only. So these are the only criterias. And next criteria for vegetable transplanter, you can say it should be uh, interchangeable or standard thing which can be adjusted to most of the crops. Not only the if you have prepared that machine for tomatoes, and it can't plant brinjal or cabbage, or it is not useful for other vegetable crops, then it will not be accepted by the farmers. Yeah.
So I think if nobody's asking, I do have one more thing about soil type. So do we need to prepare our machines for different soil type, or these three vegetables are sown mostly in a same soil type?
No, basically, these are the three different types of the soils in the across the country. Some part that is maybe heavy soils, there may be a problem for the operating the machines. When there is a light to medium type of soil, there may be not any problem for the operating the machine. So according to the type of the soil should also be considered while preparing the machines. If it is used that machine and that type of the machine is not operating in heavy soils, suppose anybody farmers wants to transplant that seedlings in heavy soils and then soil type structures is different, and in that case the farmer will not adopt the machines. So while preparing the machines, these points should be considered in the mind to different types of this. It should be workable under the different type of the soils to develop this such type of the machines. Is it clear?
Yeah, I hope. And one more thing, sir, what type of soil type we available in MPKV? So all three we can see, or it's one or how?
Mostly that is light to medium type of the soils are available in MPKV.
There may be a heavy clay also in areas where you are testing your machine. Sir, they will be testing at PG farm.
Okay.
Okay.
So heavy clay type is the
Huh.
soil type.
Okay. So the,
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, as you know that the plants of chilies, brinjal, they are mostly available in tray form. Means it's like a tray structure where the plants are where the plants have been grown. So shall we make a machine like we should put the whole tray in machine, or we should pack up the plants with the cocoa peat itself and then we have to place in the machine so that it can plant it?
what you are saying? Hello?
Repeat your question, please. Actually, as I understand, this question is regarding the mounting whole tray on the machine or individual plant. Is that?
Yes, sir, correct.
Yes, nowadays, the whole seedlings are mounted in a bucket, and that now the machines are available. That is, in bucket, the single seedlings are sent passing through the machine by using the different labors. So each labor they are putting that single saplings in that tray, and they are transplanting the maybe onion, maybe chili, or maybe tomato, or maybe other crops.
Sir is saying about semi-automatic planter where cups feed mechanism is there. But when you are putting the seedlings on any machine, you need to store the trays only, because if you don't store the tray, if you are storing the seedlings in individual, there may be chance that the soil medium or that medium which is growing medium will be shuttered off, so it will become bare root seedling.
Yeah.
You get my point?
Yes, sir. And as we know that the cocoa pit in which the seedlings are grown, it should also be not damaged while planting the seeds, so that it can grow properly in soil.
Yes, surely it should be with that plant only.
Yeah, but in case of that, that is, if the seedlings are prepared in cocoa pit and such type of the seedlings are used for the transplanting operations, that will be damage of the that is the ball of the that seedlings, because when they are passing through the any pipe or the machine, they disturbs, and again when this put into the up to the soils, there may be required the hole, then it is very difficult to transplant the seedlings, are those are prepared in a pro tray, or maybe that is a big ball at the base. but it is easy when the seedlings are prepared in a nursery and these seedlings are uprooted. These are the easily transplantable, according to my opinion.
Now, sir, they are making machines for transplanting seedlings in portraits only, plug type seedlings.
Then
They
this
have
will be
restricted
again
that
very good
idea.
because such type of the seedlings are used, and if it is transplanted in a such way, then their establishment will be the 100%.
Hmm.
But in nowadays system, in that system there is some mortality of the seedlings. But if the portrait type of the seedlings are using and all this without disturbing the balls of the seedling, if it is transplanted by the machines, then it is very good because the such type of the seedlings, the chances of the mortality is very less. Only 1 to 2% chances for the mortality of the seedlings. So this is very good option. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Hello? I
Rajesh,
can't
you are
hear,
on
sir.
mute.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there was one more question. Optimum time for transplanting. How
Yes.
much time is good or bad or more or less?
Means season?
We can talk about both, sir. Season as well as, let's say, in 1 acre or 1 hectare, how much time they
Ah,
can decide the speed of the machine, no? In that.
okay. Because in rainy season, rabi season, and summer season, in three different seasons. But in rainy seasons, there may be a problem for the transplanting the seedlings because if there is a heavy rains, some the problem may be arises for the transplanting operation, but it is not in rabi and summer. And in one, suppose in onion, 1 acre, at least it should be transplanted 1 acre seedlings or saplings, maybe 4 to 5 hours, not more than that 4 to 5 hours. Means for 1 hectare area, it requires 10 hours for covering the 1 hectare area of the transplanting the by machine onion seedlings by machines. It should be covered maximum 10 hours, not more than 10 hours. This is the our requirement.
Is same value is for other, sir? Tomato and brinjal or different?
Same because the spacing in case of the onion, different lines at a time, but in case of the chili, brinjal and tomato, there may be few lines. Suppose here is only 2 lines. In case of the onion, maybe 5 to 6 lines at a time. So the duration or the period for the transplanting should be all these crops at least 10 hours, means in one day that is 6 hours, and next day maybe 4 to 5 hours, mean 1.5 day it should be completed 1 hectare area.
This is for current solutions which are available. You can make a solution which can plant 1 hectare area in 1 hour. No.
As per manual practice or
Yes.
semi.
हेलो सर हेलो
Go ahead, please.
सर हम जब मतलब प्लांटिंग करेंगे तब उसमें कोकोपीट मतलब कोकोपीट के साथ प्लांटिंग करनी है या बिना कोकोपीट के
Now currently we are only using the seedlings without cocopeat by transplanting, but it is need to use the seedlings with cocopeat, and this will be also beneficial because the seedlings those are prepared in a cocopeat, and by uprooting the seedlings along with its ball, and the ball with seedlings, if it is transplanted in the field, the survival percent is the more and mortality percent is the less. But in now current situation, only the nursery seedlings, those are prepared in the nursery, are utilized for the transplanting of the that crop. So likewise, you that is give more concentration, that is seedlings, those are prepared in a portrait in the cocoa pit, and most of the farmers, they are taking the seedlings in private nursery, and private nursery peoples, they are preparing the seedlings 99% in a cocoa pit. So try to give more concentration on the second aspect. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So here basic thing is that you should not disturb the root system of the plant, and also you should not disturb the physiology of that plant, because if you disturb the physiology of upper plant also, there may be mortality. So to avoid damage to the plant is most important part of this project. So in any case, that if you are disturbing the cocoa pit ball, the roots will be disturbed. If you press or bend that plant, or it is not having any leaves, then it will be difficult for survival of that plant.
This plants will be planted on a plain surface or a bulgy type of surface?
What is your question?
Can you repeat, Prashant?
Sir, means if suppose we are planting chili,
Hmm?
so should we plant it on a plain field, or it will be on a bulgy field, like a wave-like
Okay,
structure?
already I have told that is nowadays most of the farmers, they are the planting the all these vegetable crops in on broad-based furrow rather than the plain field, because many times in a rainy seasons, if it is planted in a flat soil, it is problem of the heavy rains. So everybody is trying to transplanting all these seedlings on broad-based furrow with a mulching. And if suppose that if such type of the machine, that is spreading of the mulching machine along with your transplanting of the seedlings, if it is possible, otherwise only transplanting operation is also very good. But these two technology, because most of the farmers, they are facing the more problem of the control of the weeds, and most of the energy are they are wasting on the control of the weeds, and more cost of cultivation due to the weeding operations. So they are using the mulching paper, different types of the, that is 17 GSM and 25 GSM, 30 GSM. So different type of the polythene mulching is used for the controlling the weeds, and not only controlling the weeds, but simultaneously the nowadays the major problem of the water, and water saving is the also most important thing while using that mulching paper. Means we are controlling the weeds, and we are also saving the water from the evapotranspiration. So these are the most two important things.
Uh, I hope sir has cleared that thing. The layout of as per TIFAN rules rule book also, we are preparing raised bed only, and we need to plant that those seedlings on raised bed, because it has to be kept in everybody should be in.
I think we lost Sachin, sir.
Just to add on the point which Sachin sir was mentioning,
Mhm.
I think we have already mentioned that raised bed dimension in the rule book. So you can get the height and what is the width of that bed. It's specifically mentioned there. So please use that while designing your implement.
Rohit, we got your answer. So I think flat raised beds will be available. Bharat sir, are you there? Bharat sir, Sachin sir? Yeah, they're coming back.
Nalodu sir?
Yes. Actually, I think connection was lost for time.
Ah,
Uh,
are
please,
they clear?
Ajay, could you tell them about rules of that?
Yeah,
I think
what
layout is fixed for our transplanting machines.
I think
They
same
have
thing Dharmendra told, and we basically have put it everything in rule book
right.
and put in the chat also that it's a raised beds will be available during physical trials.
Right,
So
because we can't prepare ridges and furrows. The best way is to use ridges and furrows, but that needs extra energy for creating those ridges and furrows and planting those seedlings exactly on the slope or the top of the furrow. So it will be very difficult for machines, and we don't need also because broad-based furrow, what Patil sir is saying, is nothing but a raised bed having width of 90 to 1 meter, 90 centimeters to 1 meter.
there is one more question. I think we are discussing a lot about this, but we can continue to do that. It's about kindly put some more light on practical transplanting challenges that we are facing currently in the field.
Practical challenges, currently we are not doing any machine planting. So basically it is manual planting only. So the planting has to be done exactly at certain maturity. So we have to follow the rules of that maturity, getting the plants ready for the transplanting. So you can have 1 or 2 days only for planting such plants after 21 days or 45 days as per the requirement of that particular vegetable. But the time frame is not much more. Sometimes we will be having some problems of climate that may not allow you to go for planting in 1 day. So you have to go for faster machines if it is available. One thing. Another thing is manual labor is not available. That is basic problem. And if you want to have a semi-automatic planters also, the operational speed is 0.5 kilometers per hour, and which is the restriction for even tractors. So you have to use creeper gears. So those tractors with creeper gears, which can be used only for such kind of machine, because if you go for faster transplanting, the capacity of human that is restricted to not more than 40 plants per minute they can plant. If you can plant 40 plants per minute, then the speed of operation is very less. And as the density of that means population of the vegetable increases, it is difficult. But for that we have kept these three plant, I think, vegetables: tomato, brinjal, and chili or cabbage, because they are having larger spacing.
Yeah, and just to add, I think I was there when we decided to have this theme. So students, we try to understand from the market what is available and what is not. I think the critical issue is availability of labor, and then what sir said about the speed. And that's why we are asking to make it autonomous. That's why we are asking, we just put the tray, and then the system should be such a way you have to pick the sapling from the tray and drop it. So all after that, everything has to be autonomous. That is the way we can increase the speed and reduce the dependency on the labor. Prashant, if you can elaborate, you're saying as we know such farms are irrigated with drops, it means we have a plant in according to the drop holes. I think, can you speak up what you're looking for?
Sir, I mean that mostly chili farms are irrigated with the help of drip irrigation. Okay, so in drip irrigation, as we say, there are holes from where droplets of water are goes to the soil. They are at particular distance, at a specific distance. So according to that distance, we should plant the plants seeds, no, in seeds plant.
Drip for any of the vegetable or any crop, it is been designed as per the spacing or population of that particular variety or that particular crop. So it has to be changed according to the crop spacing, which is already as per the research.
I think what sir was saying is dependency is on the drip irrigation. So basically, it's not about as per drip irrigation, as per the holes available for the dripping, we'll plant. Once we plant, as per the sizing and the overall width, then we do drip irrigation. That is what the practice is.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Prashant.
Okay. Nalod sir.
Yeah, I think we lost him again, Bharat sir. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, team, any more questions before we close the session?
I have one.
Go ahead, please.
Can we talk about the economy, like if we go with the completely manual or labor-based process, so like how much it cost per acre to us? So, and how much this semi-automatic machine is costing? It's just for the student reference if they want to present it in the cost presentation or sales and marketing. Is there any way we can get the data?
You will get the data because our economy department of agriculture economics, they're working on the economics of the each and every crop. So
Okay.
what type of their labor they are using? It may be family labor or maybe higher labor. So in all that total labors are engaged in the cultivation of that particular crop of maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months, or maybe 5 months. So
Okay.
during that entire period, how much family labor and how much higher labor they are engaged for the production of that one single crop. So they all these type of the data are generating the our Department of Agriculture Economics. So best way you have to consult with the economist of the MPKV Rahuri, then you will get the uh, actual data regarding the how much labors and labor cost is required for the cultivating of the that 1 hectare area or maybe 1 acre area.
Okay. So is there anyone that we are already in contact we can discuss this?
We'll
Or
catch
we
hold
can
of
present?
Nalavade sir and we'll
Okay.
find out.
Okay.
Actually, when you are talking about cost of cultivation, it has everything, right from
Right.
inputs, labor, energy, and other costs. So you are talking about manual transplanting, semi-automatic transplanting, and automatic transplanting. The differences,
Right.
and for that you have to review because everywhere this depends on the type of automation you are going for. Um, there may be requirement of 5,000 rupees for transplanting with manual labor, per hectare, but that depends where you are working, in which area you are talking about, and which crop you are planting. So capacity of that work, number of labors which are required, and accordingly you have to calculate that cost. So it will be different. It is simple review process, and the cost of machines you can get on net. Those are also varying. You will find that the cost of semi-automatic transplanter is around 80,000, and that automatic transplanter may be costing more than 10 lakh rupees.
Okay. So what students may need to do, like they may need to do a research in their area, or they may need to discuss it with the farmer, like how much cost they are bearing for 1 acre of cultivation, and they can use that reference to compare their machine, like how much they are saving with their designed implement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
Nalad
you.
sir.
This.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ajay,
Yeah,
I hope this is good
just
to me.
team, any more questions before we close the session?
Okay.
Just one question. It's about transplantation socks. Like when we are transplanting the nursery in the field, there are kind of socks like irrigation is less, or some kind of fertilizer is applied, or just during the transplanting the soil is removed from the root. So can we put some discussion on this? Like what are the socks we observe during transplanting in manual or via machine also?
Usually, transplanting of vegetable is done in dry land condition, and there are few things earlier the onions being transplanted in wet condition. But so irrigation, you can think about. There is usual practice that farmers apply fertilizer along with transplanting, but it depends on what you are planting, and what is the recommendation. So you will find recommendations of all these cultivation practices in Krushi Darshini. It will be available online. There is MPKV website. You will find.
Nalad sir, here I would like to add something. In case of the different slots, the if we consider the different slot, that is the fertilizer application and transplanting at the same time, the care should be taken that when we are applying the any fertilizer, most due care should be taken, because the vegetable seedlings are very highly perishable and very succulent. And if the chemical fertilizer come in contact with their root zone or maybe plant, the plant may be die. So depth of that fertilizer application should also be considered, and depth of that seedling they are transplanted. So these two care should be also taken while preparing your machine, that is fertilizer application and the transplanting of the seedling at the same time. So this is my one summation. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Just a vote of thanks. Thank you, sir, for providing a session on agronomy mechanization for our TIFAN teams. The session was very engaging and insightful, and definitely we appreciate how you covered a wide range of topics from crop spacing, crop selection, plant techniques, and overall economics, and that will help students to decide each stage how they want to take it forward. And in addition, I think your practical examples and some of hand demonstration, which will going to happen in future, that will also help the overall team to develop a better understanding of the subject. Thank you again for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you, team. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a
Yeah.
good day. Bye.
Bye. Aisha, if you're there, if you can close the recording, that would help.
Sure, sir, sure.
Yeah. Thank you, team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.